Why is it when month is 8, this condition evaluates to true? Well, the way we are trying to read this condition is something like this. We're saying if month is one of these values, 4, 6, 9 or 11, right? That is how we're intuitively reading this. And that would be true if the logical operator OR had higher precedence than the test for equality. Then we would do the OR stuff first. But that's not how it works. The test for equality has higher precedence. So the way this groups is not like this. It groups instead like this, where the first thing we do, the most tightly bound operator, the highest priority, is this. So this is first going to check this condition if month is 4. Or it's going to check this condition. Or it's going to check this condition. Or it's going to check this condition. Now, if we had put the brackets, immediately we would have said, what on earth is this? What does it mean, or 6? But that's not an error. It has a meaning in Python. Any object can be treated like a Boolean. And it turns out the rule in Python is if that object is an integer, then any non-zero value is treated like true. And only the special integer 0 is treated like false. Why is this? Well, that is the rule in Python. Many of these strange looking rules come about because this programming language, Python, was created after earlier programming languages that had similar rules. And so why does Python have those rules? Because earlier programming languages had them. And why do those earlier programming languages have them? Well, if you go back far enough in time, the usual answer is because it was faster to do things that way, even if it was rather confusing. So unfortunately in Python, this is the rule. Any object can be treated like true or false, and for integers, the rule is any non-zero is true. So the way to read this is, when month is 8, is this condition true? No, of course it's not, because month is 8. Then we ask, or how about this? And Python says, yeah, that's true. 6 is non-zero, so it's treated like true. And all these are true. So is this condition or this condition or this condition or this condition true? Sure, 3 of them are actually true. And so it will return 30. The way to fix it is to write the check for equality individually, and that's what we'll do. So month is equal to 6, or month is equal to 9, or month is equal to 11. Now it turns out there is a more compact way of writing this, but we can save that for a later time. For now, let me rerun the execution with August, and let's see if it prints correctly. Instead of taking you step by step through the same process, I'm going to show you another little trick in Python Tutor, which is very helpful, especially when we're tracing through complex code. I know that at some point this code is going to come here, and it is finally going to come to this if condition because of the input that I have chosen. So I'm just going to click on this line, and I'm going to make it red. This is called setting a breakpoint, a place in the code where the code will stop executing. You notice down here there is a timeline, and there's a little red mark. This tells me that out of the 9 steps, at whatever step this was, that is where the code is going to stop. If I click on this again, I will remove the breakpoint, and there is no line over here. So I can click on this, and I can set the breakpoint there. Now when I click on next, the code will zoom through until it has reached the breakpoint, but it won't execute it. It's going to execute this statement. So I've got the red arrow where I want it. Let me now just click away from this breakpoint and continue from here. So now I have month is equal to 8, and I want to know, is this condition true? Well, I hope it isn't, because month is neither 4, 6, 9 or 11. So if I click on next, the red arrow jumps to line 16, exactly as I had hoped, and now this returns the value 31. And that is the value that will get printed. So when I come up here and see what is going to get printed, when I click on next, the value 31 gets printed. So I have debugged my friend's code. My friend misunderstood how OR works. If you want to check if month is one of these values, you need to write it like this, or using another syntax which we will see later.